Hello, I'm Officer Alicia Honert with the Fishers Police Department School Resource Unit. Today I'm going to talk to you about HSC's safety protocols and what to do if there is ever an armed intruder at your school. We at the Fishers Police Department want to make sure everyone shares the same language when it comes to school safety. This includes the fire department and you at the schools. We want to avoid using codes or other names so that we are all on the same page. This helps the students, staff, and all first responders to know exactly what's going on. This is what our current safety levels look like. We will go through each of these steps and how they work. If you don't have one of these posters hanging up in your room, please let your building principal know so that he or she can get you one. These should also be hanging in all common areas for quick reference. Each action will be followed by clear instructions. Let's start with heightened awareness. Heightened awareness means no outside activities for students. Everything inside the building will remain normal. Visitors may come and go, however, we want to make sure we keep a close eye on who is entering our building. There are many reasons we may go on a heightened awareness. There could be police activity in the area. There could be something potentially dangerous near the school. Or, as you can see on the slide, there could be a very dangerous animal on the property. So what should you, as staff members, do? First, you need to call for heightened awareness. Anyone can call for heightened awareness. Obviously, if you see something suspicious, report it immediately. Keyword there is immediately. As a teacher, if you're outside, bring everyone in right away. Be vigilant and extra aware of your surroundings. Once inside, it should be business as usual. The next safety level is shelter in place. This means no outside activities for students. Stay inside classrooms or other safe areas. Nobody should be in the hallways. No visitors may enter or exit the school during a shelter in place. There are several reasons we may shelter in place. They could be weather related, like a tornado or an earthquake, a medical emergency, a facility or structure issue, a hazmat problem, or a bomb threat. So what should you do? Follow instructions, listen for updates, and again, if you see something, say something. Now, we're going to spend some time on this last safety level. This is the most important one. Lockdown happens when there is a threat on campus or in the building. If this happens, we will use our ALICE protocols, or the run, hide, fight method. Notice we don't use the word lockdown on any other levels. We want the word lockdown to only be associated with a threat on or in the building. Again, I'm reiterating there is something dangerous inside the building for a lockdown. HSE follows the ALICE safety protocols. By now, you should all be very familiar with these protocols. However, we will break them down together in the next few slides. The A stands for alert. The initial alert may be a gunshot, a PA announcement, or maybe someone running down the hall shouting. Alert is however you hear about the threat. Again, use plain language. Do not use code words. The L stands for lockdown. All classroom doors should be locked at all times. This helps buy you time if there is a threat in your building. If your doors are always locked, all you need to do is simply shut your door. It's very important to note that an armed intruder has never breached a locked door in a school. If evacuation is not a safe option, barricade all entry points using any objects you can. Prepare to evacuate or counterattack if needed. The I stands for inform. Communicate the location of the intruder in real time. Use clear and direct language by any communication means possible. It's important to inform because if we can share the intruder's location, it lets others in the building make better choices on whether they should evacuate or not. This is why it's a good idea to know how to use the all-call option on your school phones. If you don't know how to use this, refer to your red crisis folder. C is for counter. This is used as a last resort only. If there is no time to lock down or evacuate, and you become face-to-face with the intruder, you should distract the intruder's ability to shoot accurately. Throw objects while making noise and moving toward the exits. Adults, if possible, can swarm the intruder and hold him down. Only if possible. E is for evacuate. Run from the danger when it is safe to do so. You may need to use non-traditional exits like windows if necessary. Run to your rally points. These are predetermined areas in your red crisis folder. Be familiar with these locations. If you are at the elementary level, it may be a good idea to practice going to these locations with your students. You can use this as a nature walk so as not to scare the kids, but also to let them know if they ever need to evacuate, this is a place where they should go. Please watch this short video of how each of these stages work.
The Waltham Public Schools take pride in being a safe place to learn and grow. However, it is possible for someone to come onto campus to cause harm or threaten our students, staff, and visitors. Our school safety administration have partnered with the Waltham Police Department and work hard every day in an effort to promote a safe environment. Should the unthinkable happen in a Waltham school, we must know how to react to help lessen the impact and to help protect yourself and others. Recently, schools throughout the country have fallen victim to horrific incidents. Realizing this, we strive to prepare ourselves and others to react in a way to help prevent injuries and save lives. Although highly unlikely, you could be faced with a situation in which an armed aggressor is threatening your safety and those around you. Today, we would like to introduce a program called ALICE. The acronym ALICE stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate. The proper use of these 5 steps can help save your life or the lives of others. The acronym ALICE seems like sequential steps for you to follow. However, the letters are actually a way for you to remember the important choices you may need to make to stay safe. The decisions you make should be based on specific situations should you find yourself in danger. You may choose to evacuate, go into lockdown, or you may have no other choice but to counter the attack of the aggressor. Alert refers to the way you learn about the threatening situation and how you communicate the dangers to others. You may see the aggressor. You may hear gunshots, screams, or other loud noises. Someone may tell you, or you may even receive a phone call or text message. It is always okay to contact the Waltham Police with information, as they are prepared to handle the overflow calls they may receive during an emergency. Once alerted to the danger, it is time to take action. If you are unable to get out of the school quickly and safely, you may need to go into lockdown and barricade the door. As soon as you are safe, immediately dial 911 and give as much information as possible. This will help provide details of the danger and help the police get to you faster. If you choose to lock down, move quickly to an area or room that can be closed off by a door or other barrier. Quickly lock and barricade the door. Remember, time is always an issue for you and the aggressor. If you're able to stack chairs, desks, tables, and other things against the doorway, the threatening person will likely move to another area instead of wasting time to climb over or move the objects in an attempt to get into a room. The aggressor's goal is to do as much harm as possible before the police intervene. Once you have locked and barricaded the door, quickly move to an area out of sight and quickly start formulating a plan on how to respond should the aggressor try to get into your safe area. Coordinate your actions. Start gathering several items that you can use to protect yourself. Every room has something that can be used to distract and defend from the aggressor's attack. Communicate the plan with the people around you. Don't wait for the aggressor to get into the safe area to have a plan of action. Please know the police are trained to respond immediately. The police are not there to care for those injured or to stop and try to get people out of the building. Their mission is to stop the aggressor from harming others as quickly as possible. Staying informed is also very important.
911, this one's recorded. What's your emergency?
I'm a student at the Waltham High School. There's a gunman in the building and I hear gunshots on the 3rd floor.
If you see or hear something that can help the police, someone in your room should immediately call 911 and give the information to the dispatcher. Telling the 911 dispatcher what you have seen or heard and where the aggressor may be located is key to helping the police respond to the threat. If the aggressor tries to come into your safe area and you're able to, you may choose to leave through another door or window. Don't just hide under a desk or in the classroom. If there is no way of keeping the aggressor out of your room or to evacuate to a safer area, you may have to defend yourself. If you decide to counter the aggressor's attack, you may be able to distract and disrupt the aggressor's plan, put the aggressor on the defensive, and may be even able to disarm and subdue the aggressor until police arrive. Once on the floor, try to separate the weapon from the aggressor, but never pick it up or handle it. You should then have someone dial 911 to update the police of the situation. If possible, hold the aggressor down on the floor until the police arrive. Once again, do not pick up the weapon, as you may be mistaken as the aggressor. If you are staying in the room, carefully place a trash can or large object over the weapon and guard it until police arrive. If the person on the floor is still a threat, you may choose to leave the room. If you leave with the weapon, place it in a trash can, box, or other container so that you will not be mistaken by the police as the aggressor as you enter into the hall or exit the building. You may want to place your hands above your head with your fingers spread when exiting the school to show police that you are not the aggressor. The ALICE program is designed to help teach students and employees of the Waltham Public Schools how to react based on any type of threatening situation. Only confront the aggressor if it is obvious that you are in immediate danger, and if there is no other way to lock down or evacuate the area.
Remember the difference between heightened awareness and lockdown. What if you're outside when a lockdown is called? Should you go back inside if you know the intruder is in the building? No. Go immediately to your rally points. What if you're in the hallway? Make sure you get to an open classroom or exit if possible. What if the fire alarm goes off? This happened in the Parkland school shooting. This is why we now take an extra minute or two before we exit our rooms. You need to make sure you pause and listen before exiting your rooms. Can students text their parents? Only if you're safely barricaded and can quietly do so. If that is possible, it greatly helps ease some parents' minds who are already aware of what's happening and trying to rush to an active scene. If students can reassure their parents and tell them not to come to the school, it does help alleviate some of the after problems we will inevitably face. Again, only do this if you are safely and quietly barricaded or have evacuated. I'll end this presentation on this slide once more. If you're not familiar with these safety levels or your red crisis folder, please make yourself familiar with them, because in the heat of the moment, you're not going to have time to read over these. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact me directly or your building SRO. Thank you for your time and dedication to the safety of all. We look forward to working with you again. Have a great school year.